unwind a little bit and just get to entertain you the best way we know how. Today will be no different. We have a packed up show for you. I am sure you're going to have an amazing time. We have comedians who will be coming on this show. We'll also be having a gospel artist. We'll have a new DJ on set. Yes, we do have a guest DJ. We have a packed up show. You definitely want to stay tuned for that. I am not alone. Of course, you've seen several of us here dancing. Hey, Mike, you've got moves, but anyway.
I try. Sometimes inakujanga tu, inakumwagikia kama roho wa Bwana.
Za wimbo ya kama siwe baba.
Inakumwagikia kama roho wa Bwana.
I think pia suti imechangia kidogo. Imechangia hizo dance.
Ajeni Georgia.
How are you?
I'm very fine, and thank you for tuning into KBC Channel 1. This is Entertainment Thursday. My name is Mike Megwe. Being a Thursday, we take it slow, we take it easy, and we like getting into your personal space because that is entertainment. But before we get to that point, I'll be having a conversation with Iranian ambassador. That is His Excellency Dr. Ali Ghulampour. We'll be talking about Iran's National Day and also relations between Kenya and Iran in the last 50 years or so. So that is a conversation that is coming to you immediately after the news. Now, DJ,
yes,
what's in store for today?
Kama kawa, kama dawa. New music all the way. It's unique. The DJ, the best DJ in the continent. And talking of new music, I have a list of new music that is released like last week. Now, those artists want to improve. They are doing an amazing job. Na nasema tu, if you're there watching us, make sure you support Kenyan. Hii mwaka nimesema ni kusupport local talent.
Local talent.
All the way up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So talking of new music, you have Bridget Blue. He has a new song called Pumua. Christopher Martin, tumeenda boda kidogo, but he's in Kenya right now. He has a new song called Wife and Sweetheart. Very, very beautiful song. Mutoria, he has a new song inaitwa Olive. Good Luck Gosbert, all the way from TZ, kuna new song. Alikuwa na story kidogo pale.
I saw it.
Ulicheki?
Yeah.
He has a new song, pia release new song inaonyeshe. Bahati and Willie Paul, they dropped two songs.
Yes.
Two songs.
Yeah.
Na sijui maoni yenu gani between those two songs?
I mean, Willie Paul is talented, that's for sure. Bahati also knows his way around music. So I feel like they're good songs.
I'm yet to watch both. I'm yet to watch both, so I cannot for now give any assessment.
Yeah, they're good songs.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, to come back next, we will talk about that. Kidogo.
Yeah.
Amandi pia amekuja pia na the same vibe yenye amekamna naye. He has a new song, very beautiful song. Costa Ojuang akona very beautiful song. Sita go through all of them, but tukiendelea na show. And also today we have a new DJ, guest DJ will be coming through, DJ Lones. So atakuwa na take through those music zenye zimetolewa mpya. So keep it locked on the screen.
All right. I think Marie.
Well,
how are you doing?
I'm very well, and you?
I'm good, myself.
Nimeona kukatika hapo lakini ni sawa.
Why is everybody talking about my dancing? You know, sometimes I know how to dance, lakini sometimes
No, but it's okay.
Inapoteanga.
It's okay. Mike.
Sasa umepotea, umedance success.
It's okay to let loose at times.
Okay.
Well, a very good morning from wherever you're joining us. We're coming to you live from Broadcasting House here in Nairobi. And what to expect in the news is that Kenya police officers serving in Haiti to continue despite President Donald Trump's government withdrawal of funding. And strangulation, severe abdominal and chest trauma caused the deaths of two Mlolongo abductees. And President William Ruto issues a proclamation ending vetting of northeastern residents before issuance of ID and passports. All that will be coming up in the news this morning. Remember, the president is still on his tour or development tour. Beg your pardon, of the northeastern region. So I'll be bringing you details in a very short moment. Let's begin the news where President William Ruto has revoked the requirement for vetting before the issuance of identification documents for persons living in northeastern Kenya and counties adjacent to Kenya's border points, that is. The president spoke in Wajir County and said all Kenyans are equal before the law and none should be discriminated against based on race, tribe or locality. Here is Abdiaziz Hashim with the details.
And other counties adjacent to Kenya's international borders will not face vetting in the issuance of identification documents, including national identification cards and passports, starting Wednesday.
Residents of border communities have historically been subjected to extra requirements for vetting processes as a prerequisite for obtaining national identity cards.
This is after President William Ruto rescinded a decades-long policy requiring vetting them before they are issued with IDs and passports for security reasons.
By authority vested in me by the Constitution of Kenya, do hereby proclaim and order. Number one, that the extra requirements for vetting and ethnic profiling to which persons living within border counties are subjected to during registration and issuance of national identity documents shall be and is hereby discontinued.
Making the proclamation, the president said the policy was discriminatory.
Whereas Article 27(1) of the Constitution affirms that every person is equal before the law and guarantees all citizens the right to equal protection and benefit of the law, whereas Article 27(4) prohibits the state from discriminating directly or indirectly against any person on any ground, including race.
The head of state said the decision was reached after numerous petitions from largely the Muslim community to the presidency, the parliament and other government offices.
Na ndio leo nimesema kama kuna maswali itaulizwa, ile maswali inaulizwa iulizwe watoto wote wa Kenya. Sio ya kwamba watoto wa Northern Kenya waulizwe maswali na wale wengine hawaulizi maswali.
Earlier, the president, accompanied by his deputy and cabinet secretaries, launched a livestock vaccination exercise, saying the move is a requisite in accessing the international market. He also toured several development projects, including an affordable housing project, and launched last-mile connectivity of electricity to benefit over 20,000 people in Wajir.
Of course, that is Giverson Minor and not Abdiaziz Hashim, but we move on. Former Nairobi Regional Police Commander Adamson Bungei has told an inquest into the murder of Rex Kanyike Masai, who was shot dead during the youth-led Gen Z protest, that there was no operational order at the time. Bungei said police acted on orders to ensure that peace prevails in the city. Letua Deborah with the details of the case.
Former Nairobi Regional Police Commander Adamson Bungei on Wednesday appeared at the witness stand during the late Rex Kanyike Masai case to shed light on what transpired last year. Bungei, who appeared before trial magistrate Geoffrey Onsarigo at the Milimani Law Court, stated that the police only acted upon orders.
We as police has to attend for purposes of further procedures. So in that matter, therefore, I too informed the OCPD to take the necessary procedures that are supposed of the station commander.
Bungei gave his evidence that he only learned from a post-mortem report that the late Rex died from a gunshot wound. He said that they received a report from the OCPD of Central Police that demonstrators took to the streets as early as 8 a.m. and police were only called to provide security to the businesses.
Not just deployed. Remember the situation that comes up as a national security. National security means if the country is in distress or there is a distress in a situation of any other place, there is a responsibility of any agency to deploy and manage the situation.
The case is expected to continue from 10th to 14th of March 2025, with 2 other witnesses expected to appear before the court. Masai was shot and killed at the height of Gen Z protest in June 2024. In a shocking revelation at the inquest, former police commander Adamson Bungei testified that Rex Masai was not shot by the police, raising more questions about his tragic death. Reporting at Milimani Law Courts, I'm Letua Debra.
Thank you, Letua. Now, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has dismissed fears that the multinational security support mission in Haiti will come to a halt following the United States move to freeze its financial contribution to the forces, fund. In a statement, the Prime Cabinet Secretary said that the mission receives funding from several donor countries, assuring the continuity of the operations.
Following the United States move to freeze its financial contribution to the multinational security support mission in Haiti, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has cleared the air on the mission's future. Mudavadi confirmed the halting of funding for the mission, but said it will affect only about $15 million in its support.
The process is on. We would do. I have to admit that we will do better if the resources were even more. That's it. But that does not mean that as things stand, the Haiti mission has come to standstill.
Mudavadi adding that the Kenyan-led mission, coordinated with the Haitian National Police, brings together personnel from Kenya, Guatemala, Jamaica, El Salvador, Bahamas and Belize, among others, receives funding from several donor countries and has assured that there are sufficient funds in the trust from other nations, with approximately $110 million to continue operations. His sentiments were echoed by government spokesperson Isaac Maura, who added that the freezing of funds, which stops $13.3 million in pending aid, won't affect the mission's future.
The fund has sufficient resources to continue underwriting the mission until the end of September 2025, so there is no crisis. The transition of the mission to full UN mission to ensure financial sustainability is a key priority to which Kenya and all partners are committed.
Police in Nairobi have launched a manhunt for culprits behind the 19 illegal Ethiopian nationals found living in a deplorable state in a 4-bedroom house in Makopolo area in Njiro, that is in Nairobi County. Residents say they were attracted by screams coming from the house, only to find the 19 who looked emaciated due to hunger. Police from Kayole's Obama police station, however, broke in and saved them. A caretaker at the building was also arrested. The incident happened about 2.6 kilometers from Kayole police station. Residents attribute the incident to human trafficking. The group is being held at the Obama police station, waiting arraignment in court.
Tujaijua ni shughuli gani huwa inaendelea huku, sababu gari kweli zinaweza kuja. Saa zingine huwa zinakuja gari mbili, ya blue hivi, nyingine ya white. Lakini hizo gari zikija zinakuwa zimebeba. Nasikia gari hata ukiangalia mguu unaona hiyo gari imebeba kitu mzito. Lakini huwa zinaingia tu na nyuma. Zikishaingia tena utaona geti ikifunguliwa zinatoka zinaenda, sasa kama hazina uzito.
Ni kama hapa mahali walikuwa wamewekwa, walikuwa wanaishi njaa. Wakaweza kuvunja paa, ceiling na wakavunja mabati. Sasa wakati walianza kurukaruka, watu wenye kuwa area wakasuka wakasema ni watu aina gani? Juu ni watu hakuna lugha wanajua, hawajui Kiswahili, hawajui Kizungu na hawajui lugha yoyote. Ukiongelesha wanaongea kama bubu.
Tunaomba wafanye uchunguzi wa kindani, wafuate wajue ni kina nani wanaendeleza biashara ya hii.
Other one is coming by their own foot. I come by car or by bus.
The Anglican Church of Kenya Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit says the church supports the move by the United States of America to freeze foreign aid, saying it is time African leaders seek internal solutions in addressing problems facing the continent. Archbishop Sapit, who was speaking at St. Paul's College in Limuru, claimed that foreign aid, especially from the United States and Europe, has in some instances been channeled to personal use instead of the intended purposes.
We can grow food and we can satisfy ourselves if we have the right programs. So I think Trump disruption of the rest of the world must be a wake-up call for us to be able to think. Every other economy grew, not in easy times, but when they were faced by a crisis, they think deeper. And I hope we can think deeper now. Partially, I thank Trump for the disruption. Let us be disrupted so that we think properly and manage our resources properly. I think the other big problem to our development agenda is greed, and particularly to us leaders when, we take it away from people. And
A look at business now. The cost of credit is expected to reduce in coming months if commercial banks pass on the benefits of a lower benchmark interest rate and cash reserve ratio to borrowers. This is after the central bank on Wednesday reduced the benchmark lending rate to 10.75%, the lowest in a year. In addition, policymakers at the central bank have reduced the cash reserve ratio from 4.25% to 3.25% to free up more cash held by commercial banks for lending the private sector to stimulate economic activity. In a statement, Central Bank of Kenya Governor Dr. Kamau Thuge, who chairs the Monetary Policy Committee, hinted that if banks fail to immediately reduce the cost of credit to reflect the easing of the monetary policy stance, the regulator would take steps to enforce lower lending rates, which includes penalties for individual banks. The measure is being taken after the Monetary Policy Committee noted that economic growth decelerated in 2024. Let's look at sports. Patrick Korir has resigned from his position as the acting chief executive officer of Football Kenya Federation. President Hussein Mohamed acknowledged having received a 1 month's notice from Korir, tendering his resignation. Korir, who is also a former CEO of Nairobi City Stars, was appointed to take up the position in October 2024, when the then FKF CEO Barry Otieno stepped down from his role in order to run for the FKF presidency.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the General Secretary, Patrick Korir, for the job he's done as an acting GS during the electioneering process last year when his mandate actually came to an end in December as acting Secretary General. He has given us a month's notice, and we will still be working with him in the transition period to make sure we have a smooth handover.
Well, and just before we end the news, here's a look at what will be following up for you, where President William Ruto is expected to tour Garissa County today. My colleague, that is Abdiaziz Hashim, is there and will be bringing us details of that. And his first stop will be to launch an affordable housing project within Garissa Township. Also, we expect the EAC-led Nairobi peace process aimed at facilitating a peaceful resolution to the conflicts and instability in the DRC Congo to hold a press conference today at around 9 a.m. And my colleague, JJ Kioria, will be on standby. Well, my name is Marie Ambo. I hope to see you again next week. Coming up next, definitely, is the continuation of the Entertainment Thursday.
Indeed, you're watching Good Morning Kenya. My name is Mike Migu. This is Entertainment Thursday. But before we get into our first interview of the day, I want to take you live to Garissa, where our reporter Abdi Aziz Hashim is following up on the president's tour of the Northeastern. Abdi Aziz Hashim is in Garissa, where he's following up on the president's tour of Northeastern.
Thank you so much. And of course, you do know today it is the day for Garissa County, where the president is expected to tour. Any moment from now, the president will be landing at the Garissa airstrip, of course, accompanied by the governor and local leaders from this particular area, so that the people of Garissa can have their day with His Excellency. You do know this will be the third day of his 4-day tour. And yesterday, it was something remarkable that happened in Wajir County. Well, now it will be easier for the residents of Northeastern to acquire national identification cards after President William Ruto signed a decree ending years of state discrimination in the issuance of vital documents. And of course, the president signed that particular proclamation on the registration of issuance of IDs to border counties, with the president terming the practice unjust and of course disenfranchising. Now, to react to some of these particular proclamations that was made by the president yesterday is none other than Fafi Member of Parliament, Mheshimiwa Yaqub, who is going to join us and tell us. Mheshimiwa, thank you for joining us on KBC Channel 1. What did you make of the president's proclamation yesterday in Wajir?
It was quite accelerating. We were very touched by the decree. This is a promise he made during the elections, but it happened yesterday. For us, people from the north, this is a new dawn for us. It is a stage back to 1963. This was a declaration of independence for the people of northern Kenya. We are starting now. It's like today we got the freedom of us becoming a Kenyan citizen. So this was the level of excitement that behold all around northern Kenya. So it is a declaration for us for independence. We call it an Independence Day. It's the first president who has given us this autonomous inclusion to the people of Kenya. We had 4 other presidents. Every other president has hurt us in a way. I can tell you in 1963, during the first Kenyatta reign, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, we had the heart of succession, sessional paper number 10, we had the emergency laws. During Moi time, we got the Garissa concentration camp, the Wagala massacre, the Malkamari massacre. We were at least relieved by Moi government in that he repealed the emergency laws. During Kibaki reign, you can remember the Kasarani deportation. It was tormenting for us. During Kenyatta reign, a lot of other issues we have seen during Kenyatta reign. In fact, it was the most discriminative of the latest Jomo Kenyatta, the Uhuru Kenyatta. It was an icing for discrimination for us in terms of resources, in terms of exclusion, in terms of census. So this was a relief for us. It is the only president who has given us something to be excited of, other than hurting the people of northern Kenya. That is the level of excitement we are getting in this country. It's a newborn baby. Northern Kenya is a newborn baby. It's an inclusion. For many, they think this is it's just a matter of voting and all those things. For us, it's not voting. For us, it's not a matter of getting resources even from Kenya. For us, it's a matter of sense of belonging to this nation. Some of us, our parents, have never seen. Myself, I've never seen Somalia. Generational. We are born here. We see ourselves as Kenyans. I know nothing about Kenya. But imagine for me getting an ID, it took me 2 years. My young brother now has been sitting 3 years not getting an ID. That is the level of discrimination we are getting. Think of passports. We don't think of, if you go to Nyayo House, if you have gone to Nyayo House the last 1 or 2 years, you see an old mother of 90 years lying at the floor. Why? She's not the one who's getting the passport, but her son wants to get a passport. He's told, go and bring your mother. A 90-year, 100-year-old mother is brought to Nyayo House for verification. These are the kind of the relief we're getting. It's enormous for us. It's very touching, emotionally feeling. So that is the level of excitement, the level of relief we're getting. Today, I myself am feeling myself as, really, is this happening? Is that decree going to happen, to be executed? It has been executed. It is, and the icing was that there's a museum open in Wajir. That declaration will put in the walls of museum of culture in Wajir. So Wajir Day, that's yesterday day, was an excitement, top of the eye. And opening the Office of Immigration today, that will be something to be celebrated for us. We are not interested. We are interested surely in the resource allocation, but it's a start. You cannot get a resource when you are not a Kenyan. That was the level of discrimination we are getting. So that is what the feelings we have for this president. So when you see us smiles all over northern Kenya, when you see us doing allusion by northern women, when you see us talking of a lot of, like a small child getting gifts from his parents, that is the excitement we are getting. So Kenyans, we are telling them, don't politicize this thing. For us, it is a big step that we are becoming, we see ourselves now as Kenya, and we can go and source for resources from other Kenyans.
Thank you so much. That is Mheshimiwa Yakubu, and of course we'll be engaging with him. He'll be accompanying President William Ruto as and when he arrives here in Garissa. And of course here the itinerary, even Mheshimiwa has just talked about one, will be the reopening of the Immigration Center. You do know it was closed down following the tragedy of Garissa University attack back in the 2017s. And of course the President will be launching the Affordable Housing Program, among other key projects, especially the key one will be, of course, the vaccination drive that the government is currently spearheading through the State Department of the Ministry of Agriculture. For now, back to you.
Indeed, that is Abdiaziz Hashim coming to us live from Garissa, where the president is on a tour of the northeastern part of the country. We take a short break, but when we come back, I'll be talking to the Iranian ambassador to Kenya. Don't go too far. Thank you for staying with us. My name is Mike Migwan. You're watching Good Morning Kenya. We get right into the first interview of the day. I'm joined by His Excellency Dr. Ali Ghulampour, who is the Iranian ambassador to Kenya, and we are going to talk about Iran's National Day. Welcome to the program, Mr. Ambassador.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you so much for having me in your program, Good Morning Kenya.
Yes.
First of all, I wish to say good morning to all your distinguished viewers and the good people of Kenya. And thank you for yourself and your good team in KBC for this program. Thanks.
Welcome. Karibu sana. So maybe to start off, how many years have you served as Iranian ambassador to Kenya?
Actually, I arrived last year in 2023 in December. So up until now, it's I can say it's around 14 months. It's not that much, but it's a big experience for me, and I'm very excited for that.
Yes. How are you finding the environment, the people?
Oh, that's really exciting with the great nation, great people of this country. Of Kenya, which is really very new and innovative experience for me, and I hope that we can many good results for the benefit of two nations, the great nation of Iran and the great nation of Kenya, and also the good two countries and governments.
Absolutely.
Yes, please.
Now, on the 10th of February, you're celebrating the Iran's National Day at the Iranian ambassador. What can you say, or how would you describe the relations between the two countries in over like last 50 years?
Yeah. Before getting into the bilateral relations, if you allow me, I will say some few words regarding this 10 days that goes down to the, we call it in our Persian calendar, 22nd of Bahman, or it's almost 10th or 11th February. During these 10 days, which starts with the arrival of the founder of the revolution, Islamic revolution in Iran, Hazrat Ayatollah Khomeini, peace be upon his soul. And it starts until after 10 days that ended with the victory of the Islamic revolution in Iran. So in that period, you know, what the Iranian nation could get was very as a milestone in its whole history, and at least two results came to that event, which was first overthrown a tyranny, dictatorship, and the second one also to get independence from foreign powers and their influence. So, and then after Iranian nation could stand on its feet as an independent system, political system, and democratic political system. So that during these 10 days, the Iranian nation and the government are celebrating and commemorating with different types of program, cultural performances, you know, gatherings, demonstrations, festivals. They celebrate this very important milestone in its history. Coming back to your question, dear Mike, is that bilateral relations between Iran is not limited to the recent decades. You know, it's has its roots in 1,000 years, I can say, beginning with the influence and the presence of Iranian traders and businessmen in the Indian Ocean, the coastal cities, Mombasa, Malindi, Kuala, and in that region, and up until now. After the independence of the Kenya, Iran could establish its diplomatic relations. And since after, especially after the victory of the Islamic Republic, we have had a very good cordial relations between two countries, and day by day we have improved that level of relations. If I can say, in terms of political engagements at the diplomatic levels, we have had, exchanges at the level of presidents. You know, His Excellency, late Arab Excellency, the President Arab Mui, visited twice Iran, and then after Iranian President visited in 1996, and then after His Excellency President Kibaki again in 1996. Visited Iran again, then after the two other presidents from Iran, President Ahmadinejad in 2008, and again in 2009, 2023 President, late President Shahid Raisi, just 2023, visited as in a state visit to Kenya. And many other official exchanges at that level, the political level. But we have also had very good deep relations in terms of cultural relations, engagements, people-to-people engagements. We have had, trade and business relations. It's fantastic. But of course, we should try to bring it to the higher levels, as to its desired levels that both nations deserve it.
Okay, speaking of the former late president, President Ibrahim Raisi, met with the President William Ruto in 2023 and emphasized on development development ties between the two countries. So, what agreements were made, and what has been the progress so far in terms of economic relations between the two countries?
Actually, during the state visit by His Excellency martyred Raisi, the two sides could reach to 7 MOUs, Memorandum of Understanding, including 2 other agreements in private sector. The MOUs cover different sectors, from agriculture to tourism to ICT to industry. And if I can name those, the memorandum was in the field of livestock, fisheries, information and communication technology, technical and vocational training, and innovation and technology. And the 2 other private sector agreements was in the field of vehicle or car production lines to be established in Kenya, which is the process is now ongoing, and we are very much hopeful that soon have that line to be established in Kenya. And also the other agreement was for exporting fresh meat from Kenya to Iran. So that was a very significant development in trade between two countries. So that was the result, and in the discussions and negotiations that the two presidents they had at that time, His Excellency late President Raisi emphasized that the relations between Iran and Kenya should be tenfold. It was not an ideal thing. It was really a plan and program. Since then, my government and all the ministries and institutions have tried to achieve that objective for increasing the level of trade and business between two countries. And we have reached to very good results up until now, but we should work harder to that end.
What is the level of trade between Iran and Kenya, and what are the unexploited opportunities that two countries can take advantage of?
At the moment, based on the statistics that we have and the data which has been published, but it's very depending on the source. The amount of relations, trade relations between two countries is almost between $100 to $112 million per year annually. The good thing is that since 2021 up until now, the export from, or the import of Iran's import from Kenya has increased considerably. And in 2024, the balance is the benefit to Kenya. So it shows that for Iran, for us, the balance, the trade between two countries should be balanced and not one-sided. So both sides should benefit from this trend of trade and economic cooperation. So that's the current level of trade between two countries.
What about the opportunities that the two countries should explore to strengthen the trade ties?
Of course, you know, traditionally the relations between trade and economic relations between two countries overwhelmingly has based on the agricultural sector, you know. But especially after the visit by His Excellency late President Raisi, they came to this conclusion that this engagement, trade between two countries should be diversified and not to be only focused on agricultural sector. And so then they came to the unexploited sectors, you know, including ICT, including the startups and knowledge-based companies, cooperation, and moving towards manufacturing, pharmaceutical products, and these are or energy, renewable energy sector. These are other areas that still unexploited, but there are a lot of opportunities and potentials that we need to work hard to exploit them, to explore them. Yeah.
Apart from tea, what other items does Kenya export to Iran?
So as you mentioned, tea, you know, Iran traditionally is the second biggest market for Kenyan tea. And that is a very big part of our trade. But in addition to tea, we import coffee, we import livestock products, meat, fresh meat, and some other agricultural products. But the point is that we need to diversify, even increase to other materials and goods and products. And not to be limited to the agriculture, but that agricultural sector is the main part that we import. And just mention to you that in last year we imported a huge amount of fresh meat from Kenya. That is just a part of the program that we have planned to import from Kenya. So we are working to increase that amount to the higher amounts.
So the future looks great in terms of trade between the two countries.
Yeah, it's very glooming, yeah.
You're also having a conference at the University of Nairobi titled Retracing the Footsteps of the Persian Culture and Civilization on the East African Coast. What is the scope of influence of Persians, especially on the coastal area of Kenya?
First of all, I would like to thank our cultural consultancy, the cultural center of the embassy in Nairobi, for organizing this important event, which is today at the Nairobi University. And the purpose is to retrace the origins of Iranian presence in East Africa, including especially in Kenya, and to base our work as a building block for betterment of the relations between two countries. The presence of Iranians in the coastal areas, cities in Indian Ocean and in Kenya, including Mombasa, Malindi, Kuala, and many, Lamu. It's back to centuries ago, maybe over 1,000 years ago. And it has become of the dynamism of trade and engagement and in that part of water of body, which is the Indian Ocean. And so the impact of their presence has been huge. And still the signs and the remnants of those presence are remained in those areas. And tomorrow and today in our event, the seminar here in the university, scholars and authorities, participants will discuss those presence and to try to explore a window for the future, how we can base our relations, bilateral relations, based on that very good experience and style that we have.
So it's happening at the University of Nairobi?
It's happening at the University of Nairobi, and it will going to be a start within 1 hour or 2 hours. At 9 a.m. it will start.
Your Excellency, I saw you did not come alone, you came with a band, but before you get even into the band, I want you to talk about a little bit about it. And is this part of strengthening the cultural relations between the two countries?
Absolutely, it is a part of our program for enhancing and strengthening the cultural engagement between two countries. And fortunately, this year we have a very experienced, I mean, it's art of musician that we have today, a group with us, and they are present in your studio today, and they will perform their traditional Persian music. So it showcases the willingness of us and the capacity that we can work for increasing the cultural engagement between two countries. And it will bring mutual understanding and raising the awareness and the knowledge of the two sides between two countries. And that is very important for the relations.
Yes. So what can you say now, currently, is the status of education and cultural relations between Iran and Kenya?
The education and cultural relations between two countries is, it is very good. We are happy with that, but we need to work harder. In terms of education, we have plans. We have also an MOU in that regard. One is for vocational training, and the other is for the cultural MOU, cultural bilateral relations. So first of all, we need to try to implement these two MOUs. And so this is the duty of the embassies here in Kenya and in Nairobi, and the embassy of Kenya in Tehran, in cooperation and coordination with the inline ministries to implement those MOUs. But for the education, we have very good plans we offered, and we have announced to the Minister of Education in Kenya and other authorities that Iran is ready to offer and grant scholarship to all students or youth and talented youth who are interested to study in Iran. So that opportunity is there, and we are ready to receive all the nominations for processing, and we will grant for those who are qualified, we will grant them a full cover scholarship. For the rest also, we try to at least to accommodate them with semi coverage scholarship. And also we have programs for exchange of scholarships, university lecturers and professors, also an exchange for students, university students. So I hope in the coming months and years we would be able to even strengthen that engagement in terms of cultural and education sectors.
Finally, Mr. Ambassador, what do you see as the future of relations between Kenya and Iran?
Oh, we are heritated very amicable, friendly, good relations over the, almost more than 50, 60 years almost of relations between two countries, but especially after the revolution, which is now we are going to celebrating the 46 years of the victory of the revolution. So for the future, we can learn from the past. We have done a lot, but still there remain many areas that we need to work hard to realize, to bring fruitful and good results for that area. So for the future, I hope and I'm very much certain that we will have more engagement, people-to-people engagement, including through tourism, ecotourism or health tourism, and also through engagement between the companies, especially knowledge-based and startups companies. And also at the level of businessmen, we try to bring, more investment and also transfer the Iranian technology and knowledge to the Kenya. And from the other side, we will try to import more products from the market in Kenya.
Absolutely.
So for the future and the coming years, I'm very much hopeful that we will have a higher level of relations in all aspects.
Okay. Absolutely. Thank you so much for making time to come on Good Morning
Pleasure.
Kenya.
Thank you so much for having me here in your very beautiful program.
Asante sana. That is His Excellency Dr. Ali Gulampur, who is Iranian ambassador to Kenya, joining us here on Good Morning Kenya to talk about Iran's National Day and also the relations between the two countries. Now, as earlier promised, Ambassador did not come alone. He came with a band that we are going to have after this short musical break. So don't go too far. We are going to get some good traditional Iranian music in a bit. Indeed, you're watching Good Morning Kenya. This is Entertainment Thursday, and we are about to get or experience Iranian culture through traditional music. The band is ready, and just before we get into the music part, let me engage you and maybe tell us the name of the band and each instrument that is displayed right here.
Hello. The name of this group is Surush Bolana. We are very happy to be in Kenya and in this program in the this television.
Yes. Maybe I can see you have a guitar-like instrument. What is the name of that instrument?
This instrument is named tar, like guitar, and this instrument is tar bass, like the bass guitar. This instrument is kamanche, it's like violin, and this instrument is santur, like dulcimer, and this is tombak, is like drum.
Yes. I can see there's another one here.
This is daf.
It's daf.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And what kind of music do you do as a group?
Traditional music of Iran.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to take much of your time. I want you to now get right into the performance. So the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
که گلزار دمیده سال
interject. Let me interject. You have performed 2 songs. We want to know what is the meaning of the songs and when are they performed, if you can. Okay.
معنیش چیه؟ This the first song was the about about Iranian vocal. The Iranian vocal is like the sound of the birds named Tahrir.
Yes.
It's very special technique from the vocal from Iran. And the second song was the Kurdish music is a special area from Iran. Kurdish people is very important in Iran and in Syria and in Iraq and in other countries.
Yes.
They are the west of Iran.
Yes. So what about now the performance that you're about to do? What is it about and how? What is the song about?
معنی قطعه رو میخواد. معنیش نبود چیه اولین قطعه؟
It's about the love.
About love.
Yeah.
Take it away.
یک جانم آنگه ببین بازار من چون گم شوم بی جام تو بفروش یک جامم به جان بفروش یک جامم به جان آنگه ببین بازار من ای دل شکایت آمد کن کارش شود کنار من ای دل نمی‌رسی مگر ای دل نمی‌رسی مگر از یار بی زنهار من
Gentlemen, thank you so much. That was electrifying, and I want to thank you for making time to come and at least perform and give us a feel of the Iranian culture and also traditional music. The name of the band is, you say,
Surush Molana.
Surush Molana. It's an ensemble, a very good performance. We thank you for making time to come on Good Morning Kenya and showcase your talent. This is where we end this session. My name is Mike Migwe. Thank you for tuning in, but don't go too far. Vivian Ndegwa is up next to continue with Entertainment Thursday. Good morning.
Yes, and Entertainment Thursday gets to continue. I am sure that you have enjoyed that Iranian traditional performance. I loved it. It was something new, so it was beautiful to watch. Oh, may enjoy you, Unique.
Enjoy?
Yeah, it's something new.
Yeah,
it's,
true.
Yeah.
So nilikuwa naona Mike
Anataka kuanguka nayo. Anyway, we now get back to things the 254, and we want to begin, before we start with our interviews of the day, we want to begin with trends. But before that, we have a new DJ on set. You know, we have a guest DJ today. His name is DJ Lons. So before hata tuanze kufanya trends, at least tusikie sauti yako.
Hi everyone, naitwa DJ Lons, the Dex Master. I'm humbled to be here. Now continue tuning into Entertainment Thursday on KBC. Yeah.
Absolutely. Karibu sana, DJ
Sante
Lons.
sana.
The what master?
The Dex Master.
The Dex Master. All right, and of course, Unique is also here with us. Unique leo amekuwa co-host. All right, let's begin with what has been trending, and I want to begin with we have the top 10 trending songs on YouTube right now in Kenya. Yes. Top 10 trending songs. And the first one is ngoma ya Willy Paul na Bahati. Actually, both of them. Number 1 ni Keki. Number 2 bado ni hiyo ngoma ya Willy Paul. Yeah. And then we have Nairobi. Hiyo ya BN na tulipatana bongo. Yes. Yeah, and then we have number 4 as Residuals. It's by Chris Brown. And then 5 is a song by Zuchu inaitwa Hujanizidi. So in the top 10, ngoma za Kenya ni 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 4. Oh, 5. So we have 5 songs ambazo ni za Kenya. Kwa top 10 trending.
Mario na BM ni ya Kenya ama ni?
Yeah, ni ya Kenya. Ama tuhesabu kama ya Tanzania? No, hiyo ni ya Kenya because BN has taken over that song completely.
Yeah, true.
So yeah. So 5 out of 10. What do you think?
It's good because ukiangalia pia kwa songs zina trend. Upate hapo like kuna songs za Kenya pia ziko on kwanza Kenya zenye zina top ni ya Bahati na Willy Paul on trending.
Yeah.
So that means that we are doing a very great job as artists wa Kenya.
So it's we are doing good.
Yeah, we good.
Okay, but for top 10 at least I expect to win 8 out of 10 Kenyan songs. But it's okay.
Yeah.
We are headed there. We're headed there. Another thing that is on our trends today, we have Calligraph Jones akona ngoma na Hope Kid. And it's a new song, just newly released. It's a gospel song.
Yeah,
inaitwa Unikumbuke. Have you listened to it? It's a beautiful, beautiful song. Ni kama Calligraph itabidi tu ameingia gospel.
Ameingia gospel?
Yeah.
Kwanza basi ya Calligraph ilikuwa kali.
Kali. You know, the
kali
gospel songs zenye anafanya zinakuanga very very nice. Yeah, DJ unafilaje hiyo ngoma?
They are nice. Hata mimi nazipenda sana. Kwanza hizo za gospel za zenye anajaribu ku divert pia ni kitu poa sana, so iko fit naipenda.
Iko fit kabisa. Yeah, I love it. It's a wonderful song. I'm sure the DJ will play it for us kwa sababu tuko nayo. We'll play it in the course.
Actually, it's not the first song wamefanya pamoja, by the way, na Hope Kid.
Yeah.
Those songs zinakuanga so amazing.
Zinakuanga songs fiti. I'm sure they are friends.
True.
They must be friends. All right, another thing that is trending, and this is not so it's not really a good news because we have our very own comedian. We know Henry Desagu. Henry Desagu has been battling, I guess, depression, mental health issues. Some people are saying allegedly also alcohol addiction, and he's not been okay. So finally, he was taken in to rehab, and people are appealing. There's an appeal rather for us to just chip in something financially so that he's able to get treatment and able to get back on his feet. I mean, Desagu ametuchekesha for long. He's a good comedian.
Those are the wale artists walianza content for kutoka kitambo.
Yeah.
Hata hiyo time, I think ilikuwa time ya corona, hiyo time. Walianza kutupatia like good vibes sana.
Yeah, so they were giving us life on through content creation. So if you are able to, you can also just lend a hand, Desagu. Yeah, you can go check out his page on Instagram, and I'm sure via Facebook if you want to see the details of how you can chip in on that. Now, Gen Z Goliath Bradley went to Dubai.
Yeah, true.
He's a content creator huko, and I work na some company over there. And there's an interview he did akiulizwa how much his contract is, like how much is he getting paid, according to the contract that he signed. And he said he's getting 5 million Kenyan shillings.
It's a good thing.
Mbona unasema nika uamini?
Yes, but siamini. But it's good kama amesema that's the contract inasema the amount. It's good because hata mimi nimefurahia because at least content yake inamlipa. Wasikuja ifike mahali aseme content huyu alinifanyia inamlipa. It's a good thing to do.
Kama jalalamika vile maybe watu wanalalamika na anapata pesa aje tafanya kazi.
But they watu wamekuwa kilalamika because of the content that they are doing over there. Mwana nyingine alikuwa ni kama anatamba. I don't know, man, but content is content. And if he's getting his money,
kama inakupatia go for it. Of course watu bado wataongea. Wewe unafanya kitu mzuri mbaya, but they still talk. Go ahead and do it.
So stick to your lane. Whatever is working for you, iko tu sawa. Bora umizi mtu yoyote, iko tu sawa. All right, and as we almost wind up on our trends today, there's a Kenyan trumpeter. Unajua ile trumpet? Yeah, there's a Kenyan trumpeter who has broken the Guinness World Record by playing the trumpet for 24 hours straight. Unajua kucheza trumpet for 24 hours straight? 24 hours, like a full day. Umeamka asubuhi umeanza mpaka siku imeisha. 24 full hours just playing the trumpet.
Mimi na feel venye alikuwa mdomo sijui ulikuwa na feel like after amemaliza.
Ukupia. But he did it. He actually did it. And congratulations to him and congratulations for representing Kenya. Tukimaliza sasa ya ukweli. There's the Grammys. The Grammys happened over the weekend on Sunday, I believe. And it was beautiful to watch. Those are zingine Grammys unaangalianga venye watu wametokea wakiwa wamevaa unashinda. Hii hata tutaonyesha kweli kwa TV. Hatuwezi.
Unaonga na looks huko. Unazamanga tu Steve upiga look. Huko kuna wanga na look.
Yeah. So now the Grammys happened. One of the African artists who at least won something, because this time round Africans didn't really get much from the Grammys, but we had the best African music performance was taken home by Thames herself. Thames alishinda kina Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, you know, Yemi Alade, and she clinched her second Grammys. So congratulations to her. The song that won her this award is Love Me JJ. Yes, so congratulations to Thames for that. I cannot wait for the time when we'll have a Kenyan winning, you know, on this particular category. Best African music performance. I think that thing BN can take very easily.
Yeah,
can clinch it very easly.
Tuendelee
kusukuma. Aya, sawa sawa. Another big win that I can mention is One Love, the album ya Bob Marley. Won as the best reggae album. I mean, music is just something that is so beautiful. Like, it outlives you.
True.
Bob Marley died way,
long time ago,
yes, but
tunamsikiza mpaka saa hizi.
And his albums are still winning awards, you know, so that won as well. And then also Beyonce won Best Country Album. This was something new for her. Hata alishtuka vile aliitwa, alikuwa like, oh, hakuwa na expect, but yeah, she won that as well.
But alishtuka je na ni kitu amezoea kuwin.
Amezoea kuwin, but that category.
Hiyo category ndio hakuwa na expect.
Country music. She does not really do country music. Aliamua tu afanye an album on country music and she won the Grammys. Yes. Hiya. An event that you should be anticipating to go to this weekend has to be won by Christopher Martin. Christopher Martin is in the country. Chris Martin, Weekend Love, he's in the country, and he will be having a performance on the 8th at Uhuru Gardens, and the lineup of that show is beautiful.
Yeah,
aside from Chris Martin, we'll also be having Ben Sol, we will have Watenda Willie, we will have Waire, you know, MCing will be done by Talia Oyando and MC Balo. It's going to be a beautiful one, you know. On the decks, we'll have Akina John Falme and Chris Darling as well. Yeah. So that is about to be a great show. I hope that kama unapanga kuenda tutapatana huko because I have to be there singing Weekend Love, you know. Tutakuwa
tutawakilisha.
Nitawakilisha. Sawa sawa. Haina shida. All right, and that is where we end our trends for today. Don't you go too far because we'll be back with some of the artists that we're going to be hosting right here on the show. And remember, we will be talking about comedy, so you also want to stay tuned for that. Start off with our first interview right here on Entertainment Thursday. With us is a gospel minister. She is a singer and songwriter who does gospel music. Her name is Felicitas Kitheka. Felicitas, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
You're doing okay?
Yeah.
All right. So now I want you to speak to the people back at home, the ones who are seeing you for the first time. Uwaeleze Felicitas ni nani?
Felicitas ni mwimbaji wa gospel. Naimba nyimbo za kusifu Mungu na kutia watu moyo. Yeah.
Yeah. Mziki, what was the reason you got into music?
Nilijipata tu.
Nilijipata aje?
Nilikuwa naimba praise and worship na nikaanza kusikia songs zinakuja, so nikajipata tu ninaimba. Yeah.
So ulikuwa unafanya praise and worship, ulikuwa kwa praise and worship ya church.
Yes.
And then you just started writing your own music.
Yeah.
Yeah. What inspires your writing wakati unaandika?
Sana sana God ananiletea tu kulingana na hali venye iko, ama nikiimba wakati naimba nasikia nyimbo zinakuja, ama wakati ninaomba nasikia nyimbo zinakuja. Yeah.
Oh, that's how it works for you. Like huwa zinakuja tu.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a specific time ambayo huwa unapata these revelations of the songs?
Hapana. Songs zinakuja tu, siwezi sema inakuja specific time, lakini wakati wowote tu, hata nikitembea naweza jipata tu song inakuja.
Okay. The song that we just got to listen to as we were getting into your interview, just tell me the backstory of it. Like hiyo nyimbo, what was happening in your life at that time, na uliandika from what angle? Like, what was happening? Just tell us a bit of a story of that song.
Hii song tu nimeimba tu it's like nilikuwa nataka kumsifu Mungu na ni kusifu tu Mungu, kumwambia vile amenitoa mbali. Like kuna vitu mingi God amenitoa mbali na nimesikia hii song ikinisaidia juu nikiimba nasikia ninamsifu Mungu sababu amenitoa mbali.
Kwa hiyo ulikuwa unapeana your real life testimony.
Yes, amenitoa mbali sana.
Do you want to share more?
Sahi sidhani kanitashare more.
Okay.
But kulingana na vile naweza kujieleza ni kwamba mimi nimetoka kwa familia yenye watu walikuwa hawajui God sana, na nilikuwa ni mimi peke yangu nilikuwa napenda kwenda church. So nashukuru because God amenitoa huko kwenye nikianza kusema like mamangu alikuwa ni yule mtu wa kuuza ile pombe ile ya nyuki nyumbani. Na hakuna mtu kwetu alikuwa anapenda kwenda church, na God akanichagua kutoka hapo kwa hiyo mboma na akanisimamisha, na sasa niko na sababu ya kumwimbia kwa sababu amenitoa mbali.
Yeah. The song inaitwa amenitoa mbali.
Inasema niacheni nimwimbie Yesu.
Kwa maana amekutoa mbali
sana.
Yeah. All right. So now muziki wewe, like when you started officially doing music, writing your own songs, when was that?
2005.
2005. Yeah. Nini ilifanya yenyewe ukaamua sasa wacha niende ni record?
Nyimbo zilikuja tu na nikasikia niende tu ni record.
Ukaenda ukarecord ngoma yako ya kwanza. Can you remember the first song?
Yeah.
Ilikuwa ipi?
Usife moyo.
What was it about?
God ameniletea hiyo song like nitie watu moyo. Watu wanapitia hali ngumu niwatie moyo kwa sababu God's time is the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now tell me about Neema Yako.
Neema Yako.
Yeah. The song Neema Yako.
Ni tu kumshukuru Mungu na kumwambia ni yeye tu peke yake, hakuna mtu mwingine. Kwa sababu ameniwezesha. Amenipigania vita vikali. Ameniwezesha, ni neema tu yake. Nikihesabu yale mambo Mungu amenifanyia si kwa nguvu zangu ama uwezo wangu, lakini ni kwa neema yake. Yeah.
Kuna collaborations ambazo pengine you're expecting to do in future? Kuna wasanii ambao maybe you'd hope to work with?
Sijafikiria kitu kama hiyo, but ikikuja
since 2005 hujafikiria collaboration?
No, lakini ikikuja ni sawa.
Kwa nini? Those are too many years. DJ wao unaonaje? From 2005 msanii hajafikiria kufanya collab, hata hataki.
Si eti sitaki, lakini ikikuja nitafanya.
Maybe anajaribu kujigrow sana ndo aanze kutafuta.
Yeah, unataka kwanza ujulikane kama wewe, kama Felistas before ufanye collab na mtu mwingine?
Sijui, haijanikujia. Nataka tu kufanya ile kitu God amenipea.
Okay.
God akitaka nifanye collaboration na mtu mwingine nitafanya.
Yeah. Hakuna msanii ambaye pengine unaangalia unataka kufanya kazi naye? Na hajakuja bado. Sawa. Nataka uangalie ile kamera uambie watu pale ambapo watapata your music and where to also find you on social media. Hapa.
Watapata muziki yangu kwa Facebook @Felistas Feli, TikTok Felistas Feli pia, YouTube Felistas Kiveka.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for coming and all the best as you go on with your gospel ministry.
Asante na.
All right, DJ. We are back. The DJ is just taking us all over and we love it. From throwbacks to the very recent ones, from gospel to secular music, I am here for it. That is DJ Lawns, who's our guest DJ for today. Now we get into our next interview, our next conversation, and right now we will be talking about comedy. You know, comedy has evolved over the years, from the times when we had the Vitimbis, the Viojama Kamanis, the ridiculous, the nyingine ilikuwa yaitwaje vile? Red Corner, to, you know, the times when we had Churchill, you know, the stand-up comedy, to now where comedy has turned into content creation. So I have with me comedians who are content creators at the same time, and they're here for us to just talk about comedy and the evolution of comedy and how they feel the comedy industry is at the moment in Kenya. With me is the one and only Masha. His handle is Masha TV on TikTok, and it has almost 1 million followers. You have 900 and something thousand. So watu 52 wakifollow leo tumefika mita. That is Masha TV. And then we also have the beautiful Bobo actress. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
Mko vipi?
Mko poa?
Mko fiti kabisa?
Kabisa.
Alright, so sasa nataka uniambie from your perspective, or from just from the times you remember comedy. Wewe comedy ya kwanza yenye uli interact nayo ni gani?
Ilikuwa hiyo Ridiculous.
Okay.
Ilikuwa hiyo Ridiculous and ilikuwa tu inanibamba because I was young.
You were young. Bobo, wewe comedy ya kwanza kuinteract nayo? Vitimbi. Yeah. And that was the one that you loved at the time. Yeah. So over the years, comedy imekuwa iki-move to, iki-evolve pia, you know, ikitoka from vipindi kama kina Vitimbi, Ridiculous, ikakuja sasa ma stand-up comedy, whereby we had akina Eric Omondi, wakajulikana through that. Unaweza niambia, from wewe kuona comedy ki-evolve, unafeel imekuwa ikisonga vipi? From wewe?
Imekuwa ikisonga in the right direction and in a positive impact. Kwa sababu ikianza, we thought that those specific people were the only ones who were supposed to do it. But right now, everyone can do it. So in an impact, na iko very positive. It will grow.
Yeah. Wewe Masha?
Same thing. Impact watu. And I guess at the time, I guess kuna watu walikuwa wanataka kufanya hiyo kitu, but unaona hiyo time resources hazikuwa si kama sahi. So I guess imesaidia watu, imefanya watu watoke na talent zao. And imekuwa the pillar of sisi sasa, the current crop of content creators and comedians.
Yeah, how wali lay the ground for you guys to now walk on. Nataka kuget sasa your journey in comedy. Wewe ulianzia wapi?
Mimi nilianzia high school drama. So sisi ni wale tulikuwa nasema wale students wa kusumbua na kelele. Watu wanasoma unachekesha watu huko backbench. Tulikuwa backbenchers. Chekesha watu huko nyuma. Then after high school I did set books. So I've been acting all through from high school, set books. So ndio sasa hii content creation ikakuja hizi social media, kaingia tu nayo.
Nitataka kujua what got you into now, uingie sasa kwa hiyo social media, uamue sasa okay now I can do my own thing, nifanye content yangu ya comedy. But I'm coming to you. Let's get to hear Bobo's journey in comedy.
Yeah, in high school I was in drama, the same case, and then after when high school was over, nika decide this is what I want to do, and I went right for it. So I started with kukua on set, on film production. Yeah, I didn't do set books or on stage. Nenda direct kwa film.
Oh, immediately after high school you got into film?
Yes, that's why we met with this.
Now talk to us about how you met. That's why you met with this. No, I'm with like this.
Meanza.
Anakuita tu this.
Yeah, tukamit hapo kwa, tulikuwa tuna shoot a certain film, tukamit hapo. Yeah, but sasa tulikuwa tumemit kama actor na mi actress. Hatukuwa these content creators. Tulikuwa tumefikiria that direction. Yeah.
You were just acting.
Yeah, we were just
acting. Two actors kwa film.
Yeah.
All right. So wewe, since vile amesema mlikuwa in film, right? As actors. Nini ilifanya ufikirie now I need to do my own content? Sio mimi kuenda auditions, nichaguliwa ama nikose kuchaguliwa. What made you decide I want to start my own thing?
I think by that time, I think hizi social media ziko sahi, they were not that, watu TikTok, Instagram, that time it was not that. So huyu after tumeshoot that day, after ameenda home, ilikuwa 20?
I don't know.
You know, we met with her after 6 years. We were just talking on the phone. So that time ndio sasa TikTok ikakuja. See, TikTok came in 2020. 2019, 2020.
2020 ndio ilikuwa big, but I think it was there from 2019 huko 20, yeah.
So alikuwa ananiambia, "Hebu angalia TikTok." So I was just checking and I was like, si mimi nasemanga na chekeshanga watu, si nijaribu hii kitu. She sent me a text akaniambia, si tujaribu kufanya hii TikTok since we both like acting. Tukaenda tukafanya, and from there.
Oh, that's how you started. Yeah. And me notice mnaitana hivyo. Wewe amekuita this, unamwita huyu. Iko tu sawa, it's your thing, it's fine. Nika bado mna film concert. All right, the DJ akona some of your skits. Do we call them skits? Mbona unashtuka buboe? Tuko nazo, by the way. You'll just play one of them.
Delete picha zake kwa Instagram. Huyo Mkamba anachezea huyo Mkikuyu.
Kidogo hivi. Ile demon.
Mambo unadu?
Napiga jeki.
Unafanya nini?
Napiga jeki.
Wambo uniambia unakuaga. Tunaambia unakuaga office messenger.
This is what I message around. I message people.
Wewe shuka kwa hivyo koteni.
Ni customer. Usiongeleshe hivyo customer wangu.
Ni nini?
Usiongeleshe hivyo customer wangu.
Juu ya nini? Komboka. Wambo.
Hii ni delivery.
Wambo uniambia ni office messenger. Hii ndio una message.
Naenda kudeliver.
Walai nimechoka. Na wewe.
Safari ni ndefu.
I am tired with you. Of you whatever. Na you uteo unavaa uteo unaniambia ni office. Na hizi viatu.
Customer kisha twende tunachelewa.
Maana pata yenu. Venya minyenywe.
Kumbuka customer amesema. Fast and Furious. Any season? 10.
Tofauti yako na mbuzi ni position ya kichwa. Hizi ni nini wewe?
Gideon Beats. Zinza kanyaga break. Sio hivyo. Customer akisha nachelewa. Sana niko kurudi vibaya.
Nilikuwa nimechoka.
All right, so we've seen one of the skits so that we just get to understand the things they do. Na kuna Bobo anacheka kwa nini yenu, like ana enjoy, like as we were watching, for her she's just laughing. Jokes zenyu wazinakufurahisha wewe mwenyewe. Unajua kuna watu wana watch jokes zao hizi cheka.
Yeah, sometimes always zinatuchekesha because what you see is not scripted, na tuna script, tunasemanga tu vitu impromptu. Ni idea ina come, tunasema tutafanya ya mkoko. So hata sisi we are surprised by the things we say, so inatupata off guard.
It's not scripted. Na mwatu wacha tufanye kitu inakaa hivi, mimi nitakuwa na deliver mse hivyo.
So the words zinakam hapo hivyo ni impromptu. We are not hata tujui ni tunasema. So akiniambia kitu lazima yenye siku anatarajia, so nitacheka.
So huwa mnafanya takes ngapi? Juu sasa kama ni on the go, like mmeanza tu sahi ni record, mnaongea au unajua Kenya atajibu. So huwa mnarudia kama mara ngapi? Juu I'm sure kuna vitu mtu atasema utajishtukia tu umecheka.
Tunafanyanga take 10 kama hiyo yenye ametoa hiyo rest in peace. Hiyo tuli struggle. Tuka struggle kwa sababu as we do pia tuna imagine, tuna understand audience yetu, so tuna imagine the comments zenye watasema it knocks us down.
Hiyo by the hata tujisikia tutarudi tuisikize vizuri. So for you, do you enjoy watching back your content after mmesha shoot mmepost? Are you the kind mwenye ata enjoy kuiwatch?
Me I'm my biggest fan. Naona kwaga mi hata naweza watch video hata 50. Ni scroll tu nijiwatch. Mi enjoy sana kujiangalia.
Ni kweli juu utapata ameenda video tulifanya 2019 amerepost. Sasa unashanga huyu
ulipata hii saa ngapi?
Na iko huko chini. Do you know tuko na kama 1500 videos. Sasa ndio aende huko ende baki nyingine ya day 1 amerepost. You are your biggest fan.
You are your biggest fan. What's the importance of someone also just loving what they do? Because clearly, unapenda kama unaweza inda ukiwatch content tu yako, it means you love what you do.
Sana. So me usema, I wouldn't trade anything for what I'm doing right now. Siezi, I'm so comfortable there. Siezi trade in your, because if I do something else, I will not enjoy doing it. itakuwa tu utakaa tu hapo kando uboeke. So let me just do what I love doing.
Yeah. Nani huwa anafanya mna takes mingi kati ya nyinyi wawili? Because we've done most content pamoja. So nani huwa anafanya mnashinda mkifanya takes mingi?
Hata mostly hata hakuna. Sasa kukona hiyo content fulani, kuna content tu fulani unajuanga iko na ujinga mingi. But kuna zingine tunajua this we got it. But kuna fulani tu unajua hii.
Lakini wewe Bobo unakaa unachekanga tu.
Imagine I don't muulize. Yeye ndio anachekanga hadi anatoa machozi.
Yana niambianga.
Do you know I'm the one nakuanga na vitu mingi sana hapo. Si mimi ndio niko na hiyo character like pia anaiproject na kama ndio hiyo kumsumbua akili. So lazima nikisema tu kitu fulani hata yako anatarajia anakuanga huko chini akilia.
Lakini wewe ndio unachekanga sana.
Mimi hata sichekanga.
Jana niambianga tukishoot sana atakangi kuniangalia hivi.
Akikuangalia kwa macho anasikia
because of reaction.
Atasema expression. The facial. So now you know umesema in 2020 is when you guys decided now sasa kuna hiki kitu inaitwa TikTok. Wacha tufanye, we are actors. Mbona tusifanye tu vitu zetu sasa hapa? Unaweza sema from when you started, like how when you started ulikuwa unajua itafika point now this thing will be big for us?
Imagine me nilikuwa nafanya tu because I love doing it. So me yenye hii being big for us imefika mahali naona is just a bonus of what you are doing because unajipost huko nje. But I just did it because I love it.
What's the first video that went viral? And when was that? Ikaanza kuwaletea sasa followers wengi.
Nyingine hapo ya Mukorino.
Ya Mukorino alikuwa na do?
Watu wafanya mambo zake.
Ilikuwa ya ukidate dem Mukorino. So when you touch her, how they react.
Okay.
Tuna imagine, hatujai ushaikuwa na so tulikuwa tuna imagine.
Yeah. So that is the video enye ilienda tu sasa viral.
Mpaka leo unapatanga tu tunatagiwa kwanza hadi Nigeria.
And when was that?
That was around hiyo 2019 2020 hiyo.
Ilikuwa 2021.
Hapo.
Yeah. And now from then on sasa mkajua okay.
When it went viral, by then pia tukwa tunajua how to do this game. So hiyo moja ikienda viral tuna relax. Tunasema sasa sahi sisi ndio
sisi ndio kusema.
Sisi hatuweki hiyo consistency na sasa unajua sasa ukitoa hiyo nyingine inafaa ikuwe kubwa kuliko hiyo. Tunaenda tena chini, tunaenda tena chini, tunaenda tena chini until sasa tukajua tuka understand what we need to do. So because sisi hatukuwa na mtu anatuguide or anything, so sisi tulikuwa tunafanya vitu tunajua. So after we knew what we want, now when era ya rest in peace will come, that's when we killed it.
Umeitaja Ebu, let's watch that. It's the one that you had put to yeah. Let's watch that.
Nilikuwa nimechoka. Good night.
Good night. Rest in peace. Kesho.
Yesu. Ati?
Rest in peace.
Ati rest in peace. Unajua rest in peace ni nini?
Si ni kurest.
Kurest ni nini? Kwamba unataka kuniua, si ndio? Si ndio? Yesu.
Unakuangaje?
Unaniambiaje ni rest in peace? Utaki niamke kesho?
Si ni English.
Enda home. Amka uende home.
Sana endaje kwa manani?
Utakuwa mtu wa usiku, toka hapa. Enda home.
Si kupenda kwangu ni language barrier.
Wewe ishia, toka hapa. Enda home.
Ni language barrier.
Enda home, wewe shuka kwa kitanda yangu hata unanimalizia mattress. Toka hapa.
Kwani rest in peace. Kwani mtu ni afai kuaje?
Sasa ili uniambie nilale usingizi wa pono. Unaniambia aje rest in peace? Ishia, shuka. 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 Shut up.
Ni language barrier.
Kwa kitanda.
Hata Shakespeare anajua
nye.
Sikupenda kwangu.
Shakespeare ni wewe, toka hapa. Hawezi ambia mtu atoe trouser. Nalala hadi na trouser.
Siku hivyo.
Enda makamasi. Toka hapa. Rest in peace. Wewe utakangi kuniua. Wewe unataka kuniua. Rest in peace ni nini?
Yeah, so now kama that particular one, muli take mara ngapi? Joy, can imagine, mulikuwa mnajua utasema rest in peace? Ama
nilikuwa nimemwambia nataka tufanye hiyo. Sasa nikimwambia nikimagine vile ana react. So ilikuwa ina knock down.
I think we did like 12 takes.
12 takes.
We were really trying.
Enye content creation ni kazi. Because sisi tunaiona tu after you guys have already put it out. But nyinyi kabla muitoe, imagine hiyo ni time mob. Hiyo unarudia.
Lakini kuna mtu akona na madharau. Huyu cameraman wetu achekangi.
Sijui aonangi tukiwa funny.
Sijui shida yake iko wapi, hebu muulize.
Your cameraman achekangi jokes zenu. Anamuona?
Achekangi. Sijui anatolanga.
By the way, do you get offended? Ukiona kasa hivi vile tumekaa tukiwatch alafu urealize kuna mse hata mmoja anacheka. How does that feel?
Huwezi kuwa offended.
Mimi bora ishani bamba.
Juu ukikuwa offended itakudiscourage. Lazima uchukue kila critic in a positive way. Juu ukichukulia personally, hautaweza kufanya hii job.
Do you have people ambao huwa mnawapatia kwanza waone before you post, ama nyinyi mkisha feel hii imeweza?
Ni sisi tu.
Sisi ndio our own judges.
There's no one ati mnapitishanga kwanza, hebu angalie hii nione kama itakuchekesha.
Kisha confirm na director imekubamba. Imekubamba. Uko sawa
So the two of you and your director, and then that's it. Kuna yenye mshawaifanya and you knew this is gonna be a big one. Hii itakuwa kubwa, and then now it disappointed you.
Kwani ni moja? Mingi sana. Niziko mingi. Alafu yenye ufikiri ndio wanga inaenda.
So ni mobs mwa disappoint.
Hii unajua, hii wambo inakwambia 2 hours itakuwa 500,000. 3 days later 1400 views. Mawa. What's
the most viewed video on your page? Unajua?
The most viewed I think ni yenye nimepin saa hii iko 3.3 million.
Wow. 3.3 million views.
But
kuna zenye ziko na more than 3.3.
Kama Rest in Peace ilienda sana.
Rest in Peace I think it got
4 million. How
hata ni mingi.
Ni more
millions.
Mtu akiangalia hata TikTok zenyu mko na views nyingi zenye ziko over 500,000 views. How does that make you feel knowing that nyi mliamua tu acha tufanye hiki tu?
It makes us feel great kwa sababu hatukuanza tukizipata hizo views. Tulingengana. I think 3 years later ndio tumepata hizo views.
3 years
ndio sasa tukaanza kuzipata consistently. Hiyo time nyingine ulikuwa unapata kwa video moja unabahatika, then una flop. Saa hii hata sasa ukiniambia najua ile video nafanya nipate 10 million nitakufanyia hapa. Na nipate hiyo 10 million.
So now you've learned your audience and that's the most important.
Kuna ile niche unafikanga mahali unaishika, unajua ukifanya hivi nafanya hivi. Kuna ile unajua watu wanapenda hivi. So if you do it, unaweza post 2 hours unapata iko 200,000 unasema.
Sasa now from nyinyi kulearn your audience, you feel your audience wanapenda kuona nini kutoka kwenyu? Specifically just from
hawapendi kuona tukisikizana na huyu. There's no ile siku tutafanya video tunasikizana.
Aisongi. So lazima tu mkwe mnakorofishana throughout.
Hata unaweza kuwa tu mnashoot mumelala mkosane, labda unasema analala vibaya. There's no way tutaisikizana na huyu.
So now mimi mmejua that is the content people want to watch from you and that's what you've stuck with. What's the importance of someone learning their audience and picking a niche?
It's really important kwa sababu sasa unajua what kind of content to deliver and then unavoid mingi kuflop zitakudiscourage. Na sasa inakufanya ukue na independent thinking. So unajuanga what's expected of you. Unajua nikifanya hivi my audience ndio wanapenda. It makes work easier by the way.
How would you say content creation evolve comedy sasa saa hizi?
First thing kitu imefanya evolve. First people are doing it for leisure, sasa imekuwa kazi. You don't do it ni leisure but iko na kazi because at the end of the day siwezi shinda ninawafuchekesha alafu
mfuko haina kitu.
Mjina ni kubwa kuliko mfuko. Evolve that in the side of business.
So content creation na feel imefanya comedy ikuwe now it pays in Kenya. It's gotten to a point where a comedian can stand and say mimi nalishwa na comedy. You don't have to say okay I do comedy but on the side pia nafanya.
But those si hivyo sana but at least.
So how do you get paid? from the kind of comedy that you do?
By brand endorsements. Hivyo tu kwa sahi.
Brand endorsements ndio zinawapatia pesa.
Yes, but gava yetu ikatumonetizia vitu kama TikTok.
Yeah.
Tunaweza kuwa mbele sana.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a time the president said that is in the works, so let's hope it will actually come to a time when TikTok will be monetized in Kenya. Yeah. So nyinyi huwa hampati, you know, the kind of content that you do or the kind of comedy that you do, huwa hampati kuitwa kuperform. Ni ngumu?
Ni ngumu hawatuiti kuperform, but si ati wakatuita hatuwezi deliver. We will deliver, ni vile wajatuona in that angle.
Yeah. But I think kina Njugush wameanza kubadilisha hiyo. Because they kind of do the same things that you do, that type of comedy, but now they brought it on stage.
So I think hata sisi tukiamua hizi short clips unaweza ifanya ikuwe kitu moja refu.
And then pia as much as tunataka kuifanyia hivyo, sometimes unapata resources. Mtu kama Njugush atamka na atadecide na atafanya. Sasa sisi tumefikiria hiyo kitu, ndio? But sasa wanga tunasema time ikifika, because resources kwanza zinatulimit.
You've thought about putting up a show where people come, pay to watch you do your thing live?
Yeah, because we must grow. We can't be in a comfort zone. Lazima to grow.
Yeah. So watu wenye wamefanya hiyo ni Njugush, yes, and then nani pia saizi anafanya, what's his name?
Kabugi.
Kabugi, Kena. Kena has also done it. So it's doable. You see more people are jumping on board. Yeah. Do you feel like that is now the future of this kind of comedy?
Yeah, it's the future and more. Hatutafika tu hapo then tufike. There'll be more and more and more. We must keep growing.
So now, ukiulizwa where the content creation is right now in Kenya, the industry of content creation in Kenya right now, iko wapi? How would you rate it from on a scale of 5? 5 where we are doing the best, and 1 iko okay, we need to do more.
2.5.
2.5. Content creation.
2.5.
Okay. Naweza ipea 4, lakini nijua tuna support ya gava tu ikiingilia tu hivi. Hey.
Na kwa hiyo 5.
Kwanza hata hawezi kuwa na economic ku-employ youth crisis. Hiyo wanaweza kuwa make up vibaya sana. Yeah, hizo ni tips gava, please.
Yeah. This is a government institution. So
when you go to town on Sunday, I think if you walk around town on Sunday, thousands of content creators, dancers, everybody, and most of them are not employed. So if you can cut on in an employment through monetizing, you say you dance tao for 8 hours na sipati kitu. So those thousands inaweza kuwa imekata unemployment by like 30 ama 40%. Do everything now sini. It's digital.
Kila mtu kwa mtandao, everything has gone digital. I agree with you when you I'm sure that most people who are watching right now, they will agree that when you go to town on a Sunday,
you will know.
The street is filled with creatives. Makamera kila mahali, there's someone doing a TikTok dance over there, kuna watu wanapigana picha hapa, kuna wengine wanafanya sijui, kuna music video inashutiwa. So I agree with you that the creative industry in this country is big, it's huge. All they need is that pesa mfukoni, and they will be all right. Kwa nini umeipatia 2.5?
Juu hiyo unemployment. Juu hata mimi most of the time mtu anakuja anani DM ananiambia kwa Masha TV nimpe kazi ya kufagia. So in their mind they are like ni kitu kama hii sasa nadhani
uko na
TV station.
Hadi mwingine ananitumia CV ameandika I do this referees. So you are like utafanya aje sasa?
Unajua hakuna ati a whole station.
So hiyo pesa ingekuwa mingi, unamwambia mimi sifanyi hivyo, but kuja unaweza fanya ka extra role nikupea hata kama yenye nitakupatia. Unaona sasa hata utakuwa umecreate employment kwa mtu mwingine.
All right. Would you say comedy pays generally? In Kenya, would you stand firm and say comedy pays? For a young girl or boy who's watching right now, they want to do comedy as a career, would you say comedy pays?
Yeah, it pays when you hit the right spot. When you hit that niche and the right spot, your peak, it pays you well. So until then you keep pushing, you must push. Yeah, no opting out.
Yeah.
Kazi si rahisi.
Si rahisi. The number of times we've given up, sisi wenyewe tunajiamsha, then tunakuwa knocked down, tunajiamsha, ndio tufike hapa.
Yeah.
Ime include hiyo kugive up, kuamka, kuangaliana tena. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are times ilifika ukasema mimi sasa hii nimeachana nayo. I've tried, yes, I love doing it, but it's not paying my bills.
Niaje leo tuna shoot. Haiwezi.
Juu kuna time tulikuwa tunapatana tunafanya kama 30 content kwa siku moja.
30.
Yeah. Tunafanya 30.
It's a whole job. So hiyo ni the whole day.
So hiyo 30 ndio unasema tutukutane after mwezi juu sasa.
Juu hata sasa hiyo labda tuna cab nini expenses za fare nini hata hiyo time maybe mimi niko job. So is kunapatikana na tuna sacrifice. So after tumefanya hiyo kazi yote bado unapata bado you still need to go back and do zingine 30, yani you still have to push. Sasa hiyo sengine unaangalia unasema
ama
ni kwa mwanabiashara.
Unajulikana hivyo umefanya una pesa, unaingia kwa gari unaulizwa haya hata unapananga matatu. Unasema sifanyi tena.
There's that, by the way, and with that I want to talk about mental health, specifically for people in the creative industry, and not just the creative industry. Let me just say people who are known, people who I'd say are popular or celebrities. You know, we've seen quite a number who get to a point where they get depressed kabisa. So what do you do in order for you to like stand firm? Unajua, this is who I am, this is what I have right now. I don't need to live a lie. You know, I don't need to please anyone for them to know that nye ni bobo. Just what do you do to stay sane, to remain sane, and to also just stand firm?
Kwanza nakwanga nimejikubali, I've accepted myself and where I am. I know this is where I am right now and this is my season. Hii ndio season yenye niko, hii ni kutembea mguu, hii ni kupanda nduthi, this is where I am. As much as I have that big name, so I've already accepted this is where I am. And also I really talk to God about my career and my thoughts and everything. Me, I just talk to God sana kabisa kwanza. Yeah.
How do you deal with negativity?
Ni same, una accept tu, unajua iko mi usema ikue ama isikue iko sawa. So hata ule mtu unapatana naye anakuuliza kwa nini unapandanga matatu, mimi umuuliza nataka nipande nini.
Si hata wewe uko kwa matatu.
Si hata wewe uko kwa matatu. Ama iendi ama wewe itaniacha hapa wewe uende.
But sometimes una feel uko discouraged, kwanza especially Gen Z, our generation yenye inatuangalia wakikuona. Sasa wanashangaa watafanya hii content kweli because inawa discourage by the way. Ni maswali mingi nimepatana na hizo and pia inawa discourage. Yeah. So kama uko hapo and huyo wewe na una sina kwangu.
And hiyo pia pressure ya watu. You know, some people you get depressed because you do things to impress people.
Yeah.
I mean, taonekana ninatembea, si nijisumbue nipande cab, sijui nifanye nini. Ukiona itoshi unatembea.
Na ni lifestyle unajua huwezi sustain. Utapanda cab leo alafu sasa kesho ukose food.
Mali unalipa cab 800, ukitumia matatu unatumia 70.
Yeah.
Alafu juu ule mtu alikuona unataka kumfurahisha, na at the end of the day ukianguka atakuwa first kwa comments kusema tulijua tu.
Yeah, there's that. So I mean, living your life true to yourself, being true to yourself, I think would help in curbing some of these incidences where we hear mtu amekuwa depressed because now, you know, they were trying to live a life that wasn't theirs. Mtu amepatikana sijui na madeni zinakaa aje. It's simply because you were just trying to live a life that isn't yours. And yeah, venye nyinyi mmesema, just knowing yourself, na unajua tu kuna naelekea ku get to that point would be good. Okay, maybe your last remarks.
My last remarks to my fans, muendelee kunisupport, share live. Also my TikTok family, niko na TikTok family nataka kuwa big up. Hao ndio by the way wamenisupport, wamenifikisha hapa mahali niko. I think wako live wananiona.
Yeah, I can see your people having their phones up, wako live.
Chani wa big up, kuna kina Bazu, Scott, live from nowhere, everyone else who supports me in my life. I big you up, kina Dennis. Au ndio watu wamenishikilia manzi. Waendelee tu na hiyo kazi. Hebu waambie waendelee na hiyo kazi.
Muendelee na hiyo kazi. So that's Bobo
Actress
on TikTok. Yeah. Okay.
Mimi mbogi yangu wananiambianga timenda home. So na timu kukasirika, so watu wanadhanianga saa yote mimi kuanga tu nimejam. But ile kukasirika mzuri. So mimi na wa thank sana kwa support, kuyo kusukumana nini. I think hiyo tu support hiyo. Those wale fans wale loyal wale wenye hata mtu akisema kitu negative hapo anapata like 200 comments hapo akiambiwa wewe. Si nini na pia my actors wengine wako hapa. My strong team.
All right. Okay, thank you so much for coming through to the show. Thank you for the work you're doing as well. Unajua, keep going. I know you are inspiring a certain generation, you know, that is also coming up and would love to get to do what you do. So msichoke, hata time yenye inakaa ni ngumu, msichoke, itajipa tu, as we always say.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was a Bobo actress as well as Masha or Masha TV. You can find them on TikTok. Their pages are just as I've mentioned, Bobo actress, Masha TV. If you've loved the content you've seen us play right here by them, you can go check their pages out because there's more of that on there. My name is Vivian Dagwa. This is where we get to end Good Morning Kenya Entertainment Thursday for today. Our guest DJ of the day was DJ Lawns, and we also had Unique, the DJ on set. We do this each and every Thursday, so see you next Thursday, same time and place, God willing. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Goodbye.